What's up, guys? This is
Next Gen Cast.
Welcome to the show.
So we've been meaning to make a video of Kinect for the last few months, but we just got the opportunity.
Yeah, and we've been meaning to just make another podcast. Period. Ever since we recorded one a couple of years back, and we never actually
Released
it ever. We may in the near future, or not. But whatever. We're starting right now.
All right, so let's just fucking go right into it. Kinect.
Yeah, it's probably the best product on the market right now. It uses this unique technology where it reads your motion. You know, it takes a silhouette of your body, and that's about it.
And it transfers the skeletal data to the character model on screen. Effectively, if you actually see the perspective of the camera taking the video, it's what is it? What's the resolution? Like a 1080p resolution? No,
It's probably worse than SD.
Yeah, no, it is worse than SD. Like without a doubt. We'll insert pictures here. There they are.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, we all joking aside, yeah, this is probably the worst thing to come out probably since, I don't know,
Game Boy,
Virtual
Virtual Boy.
Yeah.
It is gonna be the next Virtual Boy without a doubt. Actually, it's probably gonna be worse. I mean, at least with Virtual Boy, you have an input device to where you can actually, precisely input commands into the game.
It's not 3D.
It is 3D though. That shit was real 3D. But anyways, I mean, let's just talk about the concept right now.
yeah, it's just
The concept of hands-free gaming and why it won't work.
yeah. I mean, it on paper it sounds good. Oh, they really talk it up. Like Peter Molyneux and like some developers that are working with it.
Tsunoda, what's his name? The guy who's backing the whole project.
I forgot his name.
What's his name?
Tsunoda.
The guy that the Avatar bottom of the shoe. What's his name?
Look it up.
Whatever. Anyway.
That guy. Yeah, It just, they really talk it up and make it sound like, ooh, you're what's with this age of buttons? You have to push buttons to move your characters. That's dumb. You get with Kinect or Natal or whatever what it was called previously. You're the controller, and you use your body as a controller, and you can do all this like amazing things, and you're not limited by buttons. And well, I guess
Not having buttons is a limitation.
Yeah, exactly. Not having buttons is a limitation. I mean, as far as hardcore games go, it's just not gonna work. How you gonna, without any buttons, you can't like input like precise commands or like really intricate type of movements. Like
say
for instance.
It's like one of the top-selling games of all time, Call of Duty.
Yeah, Call of Duty.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay, what do you use in that gun?
In that game?
The game, sorry.
What do you use in that game?
What do you use in the game? You use a gun, or guns, or just projectile weapons, whatever. How are you going to
switch weapons just around? How are you gonna switch weapons anyway?
Yeah, well,
guns. Yeah. How you gonna switch to the guns?
You gotta tell your Xbox that you want to switch guns.
No, you're gonna tell it switch.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's not really like what they're going for, which is virtual reality. Whenever you're switching guns in real life, you don't tell you don't say switch guns.
You gotta reach behind your back and get your gun.
Yeah, you gotta reach behind your back and get your gun. But what if the gun that you want is in the inventory? If it's like 5 guns away from the one that you need at that moment, how you gonna access that gun in that small time frame?
Well, you're just gonna wave your hand 5 times and then you'll have your gun.
Wait, no, you're gonna have to put your hand behind your back 5 times if it even reads it properly.
Yeah, that's another issue that we'll get into in a bit.
Yeah.
Like again,
it's not even gonna know when you're pulling the trigger because it can't even read the your individual fingers.
Yeah, I mean the camera cannot even detect your individual fingers, so there's no way in hell it's gonna know whenever you're like doing the motion of the pulling of the trigger.
Right.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
With the tech that they're providing, at least.
Right. And so another thing, how are you going to aim?
Yeah, how are you going to aim?
I mean,
the Kinect device doesn't know where your TV is at.
Yeah, it's good.
It doesn't know where the center of your TV is at. It doesn't know really anything except for your skeletal structure and the basic motions of it.
Basic skeletal structure.
Yeah, your basic skeletal structure.
It's not going to know what angle you're pointing your wrist or even like, which direction you're pointing in it exactly. I can just, see...
Another problem here is how are you going to fire your gun? I mean, if you can't read your fingers, I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to, like, tilt your wrist a certain way? Or are you going to...
Yeah, but you can't even detect... The camera is so low res that it can't even detect probably, like, the flick of a wrist. It's, like, really, like,
full body...
Yeah, it's all it can do... The only gaming experience that you're going to get out of this is some sort of, like, full body...
right.
motion gaming. It's not going to be like any precise, like it's going to detect like the subtleties of your movements. It's not. It's like really big, extravagant like movements.
Right.
Which is probably why the Star Wars game won't work in my opinion, because it's going to have to calculate completely just your wrist movements.
Yeah, but how are you gonna do this? Like, are you gonna hold the lightsaber with one hand, two hands? Either way, it's not gonna work because it can't even detect your individual fingers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how's it gonna know at what angle you're actually holding the lightsaber at? It's not.
It's probably not. And another thing, I mean, another problem yet again, it's just you can't. If you pretend like you're holding a lightsaber. I mean, it won't feel like you're holding a lightsaber.
Yeah,
it feels like you're clenching your fist.
Yeah, it feels like you're clenching your fist and moving it around.
Again, and also, since we're getting into lightsabers, let's talk about the demo that they showed at E3.
Yeah. The Star Wars demo.
I guess you can't really call it a demo.
Or you can't call it E3. It was just a circus.
Well, pretty much. It's just I don't know. The whole E3 thing.
It was just a freaking like a celebrity press event. Like not necessarily celebrity, but it was just like I don't know.
Yeah, you can totally tell that Microsoft really changed their gears.
Yeah, the whole E3 2010 press conference was dedicated to Kinect, like with little like small. Existing Xbox announcements.
What I don't even remember them even like unveiling a game for Xbox 360 that hadn't already been unveiled. They just showed new trailers,
Yeah, I mean, I think they showed a Gears of War 3.
Yeah, that's already
new Halo Reach.
No, they showed a Halo Reach trailer, and they showed Metal Gear Solid Rising trailer. Those are probably the big. Those were the biggest ones, but all of those weren't any unveilings. They didn't unveil those games there.
Yeah.
Which obviously tells you that they're not really focused on having E3 be their hub of unveiling the hardcore games.
Yeah, the hardcore game news. It's not about that anymore. It's all about really.
Look what new features Kinect has. I mean like video chatting, webcam chatting.
Yeah, I mean for the difference between 2009's press conference versus 2010's with Kinect, the coverage on it was almost targeting more of People magazine rather than Game Informer.
Yeah, they had people like Stacy Keibler,
Billy Crystal.
Yeah.
What kind of I mean?
They actually had a red carpet there. It was they were literally giving the celebrities all the attention and they were the big thing there and then the circus, which has nothing to do with Kinect.
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil. It's just there to entertain people.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's
just to make things look nice for the MTV premiere.
Yeah, it just doesn't even really showcase the abilities of Kinect at all.
Yeah, no. In fact, all they did was pretty much lie about all the the demos that they showed. I mean. all the
I think
state
the circus was there just to cover up the mess that that Kinect actually is.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly.
I mean, there's like floating couches.
Yeah, they actually had a floating couch in like the middle of the arena. That's like ridiculous. I was like, yeah, we're gathered here to present Kinect. But at the same time, here's the celebrities. Just throwing this shit down your throat, man. The event was not even like geared towards gaming. It was geared towards like I don't know, just a publicity stunt. That's all it was. It was just like a massive publicity stunt, just to gain like popularity for the Kinect. Like that's all. It was just an advertising mechanism.
Yeah, it was just a long
more advertising than it really was actually informing.
Yeah, it wasn't informing. Like the thing is, like they don't even use like what they're supposed to use. Like I don't know, man.
They didn't show any hardcore games at all.
They didn't even show. They barely like I don't know. Like it seems like the show was geared towards like the circus rather than the actual product that they were supposed to be presenting and unveiling to the public.
Right.
And
whenever they would actually talk about the games that they were working on, they didn't even show like there was this dance game. Which one was it? The
Dance Central.
Yeah, the one that's like for about Michael Jackson or something like that.
Oh no, that's just Michael Jackson the game.
Yeah, Michael Jackson the game.
Yeah.
They didn't show anything.
All they said was there's a Michael Jackson game coming out.
Yeah.
And then they had a stage demonstration of the Beat It music video from 1980, like what 3 or something, 1982. I mean, what's the deal with that? Why do they have to? Why can't they just show the game? I mean, and the thing is, the fucking demonstration was the duration of the whole song.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, oh yeah, here's like a 30-second, a little dance like that we set up. No, it was a fucking like 5+ minute.
The spokesman was just like, hey, yeah, it's amazing. He was just talking up the technology that in a way can teach you how to dance and be almost as good as like these guys. And then it just went on, cut over to these performers, and they just danced to Michael Jackson. And what was it? It was Beat It, right?
Yeah, it was Beat It.
And yeah, that's it. There's no trailer,
no screenshots, nothing. No, there's nothing unveiled, like a song list or something even like that. Like there's nothing. There's not even like concept art or any. There's no concepts, nothing. Just a presentation, a stage demonstration of dancers, and that's it. Okay, why the fuck waste that much time demonstrating that? And then the freaking laser tag.
Yeah, we were just about to get to that. The laser tag.
It's not even like Kinect though.
Yeah, it is.
Was it? I thought it's Kinect. I thought it was just like laser tag, but it just keeps your score on the Xbox. I mean, the thing is, like with that laser tag, you have guns, so it's not Kinect.
All right, whatever. We'll just leave that aside. But it is. Really,
yeah, that idea by itself is just really. It's not. It's well. Let's just talk about it real quick. Just kind of sidetrack for a little bit. It's laser tag with a score.
Yeah,
laser tag already has a score. Laser tag, like whenever I was 5 years old, we had laser tag guns, and it kept the score on the gun.
Yeah. So why do I need to?
Now you're bound just to a certain amount of feet from your Xbox.
Yeah, like you literally can probably not even play this shit in like
your backyard.
Yeah, you can't even successfully play it in the backyard.
And after every match, you'd have to run into your
after every match, you have to run into your house to see the score, and then back outside, reset the game. Okay, now let's go outside and play. Play in our flat backyard. Like that doesn't even have anything. I mean, dude, that can't be fun for kids.
No way.
I mean,
and of course, the parents are going to be wanting their kids to play outside rather than inside the house.
Of course, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, is the Kinect able to just like sense that far?
I don't think so, dude. I don't think so at all. You see,
No,
that's
the
the
thing is,
thing.
it's
Like me
not
and Brian,
Kinect,
whenever me
it's-
and Brian had our Fisher Price laser tag guns back in the day.
What are they going to use for the scoreboard on the TV?
It's what do you mean? What are they gonna use for the scoreboard? Like, it's just gonna have the score on the TV, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, but how is it going to sense it if?
I don't know, dude.
No, the thing is, it's real laser tag guns.
Yeah, I know.
And then it keeps.
But
I don't know. I guess the gun sends data over to the Xbox 360.
Oh, the actual 360, not the Kinect add-on.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing.
No, the game. I don't think it's Kinect at all.
Okay.
I think it's just a laser tag gun, and then it sends data to your PS3. I mean your Xbox 360.
Okay, well, even so, like this, it just goes to show how like lacking the E3 press conference was. I mean, they spent like 6+ minutes demonstrating this game,
Yeah.
talking about it, and the guy. And the thing is, the guy.
That demonstration was awful.
Yeah, I know.
It just started off with like a bunch of people.
Shooting, like playing laser tag in the arena. It's like, okay, why? What the fuck is going on?
I mean,
explain yourself.
Yeah, I
What
don't
the
even know why. I mean, it's not even like. Yeah, you're not. Well, I guess you're curious, but you're not intrigued. You're just like, okay, just a bunch of people, playing laser tag. I wonder what this is. Probably laser tag, but it's kind of annoying. I wish they would get to the point already.
Yeah.
It's laser tag. Okay.
Dude,
right.
okay. Here's another question. Why would kids want to play laser tag in their house? Like, I don't. That's kind of something I don't understand. Like, especially from a parent's point of view.
No, that's what. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know about the kids playing inside the house, but if they would be fun or not. But I'm definitely sure it wouldn't be fun for the parents.
Yeah.
for kids to be playing laser tag.
They'd be taking that back the next day.
Yeah, they would. They'd be knocking shit over, jumping over coffee tables, fucking breaking this shit. Just breaking glass. It's gonna be a mess, dude. It's gonna be a parent's worst nightmare, unless they have a maid to clean all that shit up.
Yep.
Yeah, but seriously, like, whenever I was a kid, we had Fisher Price toy laser tag guns, and at least we could go out, like, in the neighborhood and play that.
Yeah.
We weren't bound to our house.
Right.
I mean, I never played that in my house, ever. I was always playing it outside somewhere, like in some other people's backyards, and whatever, just in the streets,
Yeah.
that was fun, but I probably would have been completely against the idea of just like being confined to like my small house,
Right.
Let's move on from laser tag.
Yeah.
All right.
We're done with. Well, okay.
We're still on the E3.
E3,
Okay,
right.
so and then they showed what?
The actual performance.
Yeah.
We're kind of back to the performance on Texas Search Delay. There's one thing that really had caught my attention. Probably your attention as well, and that's this. That Star Wars.
Yeah, that was the number one game that everybody was like hyped about.
Yeah.
After that press conference was over, they were like, "Man, I gotta have me Miss Star Wars, man." Okay. What makes you think that this game is gonna be like accurate in any sense of the word? Like, what makes you think that? Like, Kinect isn't able to detect like really subtle movements of the wrist or the fingers.
And then here's another problem that they're gonna, another problem with the gameplay that they're showcasing with that performance. The part where the guy's fighting Darth Vader with the lightsaber.
Yeah.
And that's contact.
Yeah, the crossing swords.
Yeah,
How is that gonna work?
Obviously, it's not. It's impossible. The main problem with full body motion sensing is that it's supposed to take you out of the real world and put you in this virtual reality type world, but then the fact that you're using the lightsaber, and when you cross swords you have to pretend that you're like crossing swords and that you're struggling,
Yeah.
and that just kind of takes you
But
out.
how are you even supposed to know that you're supposed to do that? whenever you see Darth Vader there, you're gonna be like fucking swinging away,
I'm
dude.
just judging on what they showed.
Yeah.
And like, you know, it seems like that would just take you out of the game, you know? Just, oh yeah, I have to pretend that I'm, you know, crossing swords.
Yeah, the
And
best.
like, you know,
That's assuming that they can sense a lightsaber on your hand.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't know, I just think that like, I mean, is it really necessary to go this route with gaming whenever you can just like, I mean, whenever you're playing with a controller, you never get sucked out of the game like that, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you that would like really like be a really big turnoff for me, is that, you know, just like having to be taken out of the game. Yeah, having to pretend so much, like that you're holding things, or that you're, you know, you're holding a gun but it's not really there. You're holding a steering wheel, it's not really there. A joystick, you know, for like a flight simulator or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather have the controller, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
it's the whole like point of like controlling certain types of, you know, devices, or
Right.
and if you're not going to have that solid object in your hand, or other solid objects to interact with, then it's just not even like, it's just half-assing the whole like, concept.
Right.
Yeah. No, I mean, obviously the concept is like already flawed. I mean, the trailer that they showed was pre-rendered, scripted. It was just a video playing back with a guy like acting like he was, you know, doing the motions of the character on screen.
Right.
He wasn't controlling it. I mean, that's the way they presented. They wanted you to think, oh man, he's actually controlling this shit. Oh, you know.
Yeah. Right.
But, no, like there's videos proving that it's fake.
Yeah. Well, you don't really need proof. To know
You don't even need proof.
You don't need proof to know that the guy was pretty much way off.
Yeah, he was way off. But you know, if you just put, you know, one and one together, you can kind of understand without even having like that proof there that
Right.
it wouldn't work. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. First of all, they have the character in the game, in the Star Wars game. He's like running. How are you gonna do that? How are you gonna run? Okay, yeah, you can run, but how are you gonna choose which direction you want to run in?
Yeah. Another problem. How are you gonna? Yeah. How are you going to move around if you can't? The only way you can run or walk is by actually walking.
And you can't run back. Like, say if you like ran too far and you want to run back. I mean, what are you gonna do?
Just like run backwards or something.
You know, I've actually
how's it gonna know if you're running backwards? You're still gonna be doing the same motion.
You know what? I've had debates with people online, you know, regarding this issue, and their you know, their solution is to have a controller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, you know, you could just use the Xbox controller to move around, and then you could like use the other hand, you know, with the lightsaber. Well, that takes away the whole point of you are the controller.
Yeah, yeah. They're up talking this, or you know, they're talking down to just using buttons.
Yeah, straight up.
But then
like,
the only way you can even like you know move, you know, do something as even moving around in an environment is by using, well, it's not a button, I guess, but it's still a physical, you know,
input device.
It's a tangible device that you have to use. I mean, it's still that defeats the whole purpose of like you being the controller.
Man, you know what? What's a big question that I have? When did buttons become like such a hassle? When did pushing a button become such a hassle?
That's a question for the.
The thing is, I can understand like minimizing the buttons on the controller. You know, maybe some people think there's too many buttons on a controller that it's intimidating.
Yeah,
Also,
that I can
obviously-
understand. That I can understand.
obviously,
But that's
it's
why there's the
proven
Wii.
That's why it's proven with the Wii. You know, it's like
Yeah.
it's a simplified controller.
Yeah.
But this is just like simplifying it to where it's like down to zero. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's like more primitive than Atari.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, at least
Dude, the thing is, like-
with Atari, you know, the controls were accurate.
How many of the
You know,
games?
it actually did what you told it to.
Yeah, right.
And plus, like, I mean, look what the kind of games they're showing for Kinect. Like that, what is that one where you hit the balls and they come back?
Oh.
That's an Atari concept.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Like, that's the thing. Like, all these games that they're showing are like, first of all, none of them are original, and second of all, they're like the most primitive video game ideas like since Atari. Seriously.
Right.
Since the birth of gaming. Like, we're talking Pong. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we actually got a Kinect Pong game. Seriously. I would not be surprised.
Of course, that's probably one of the most deep control schemes you can use for Pong, like using your hands as the paddles, I guess.
Yeah.
But which brings us, to the actual product. They have finally unveiled its technology to the public. Man, was this thing a failure.
Yeah, I mean, every time they actually do a real demonstration on stage, it fails miserably. You can actually see how laggy the actual product is. I mean, whenever they show it, of course they have like the press conferences where they, show it and, it seems to be working just fine. But then once the kiosks go into Macy's and all these other like stores,
shows.
or talk shows, or something that we're actually testing it out,
Yes.
you see how like inaccurate this product is.
I forgot which talk show it was. It shows this guy actually, using the steering wheel peripheral, and he clenches his fist. Excuse me, and as if he's driving a steering wheel, but it's so inaccurate that he just crashes
within seconds. Like bad, like literally right into the guardrail.
That's one of the things that Billy Crystal even said at the Kinect press conference or the circus.
Yeah.
Is that
it's not even a press conference.
Yeah, and he said that like, oh yeah, I drive just as bad in the game as I do in real life. Like obviously trying to cover it, cover the game up,
Yeah, he's trying to make light of like the bad technology. Really, I mean that's all he was trying to do. He was trying to be nice about it, not trying to like put it down.
Yeah.
Like not being like, man, I thought it was shit, inaccurate. I mean, like if I want to play a driving game, I want to be good at it. It was more like, I'm just as bad at this than I am in real life driving. Okay, that's kind of like a pretty clean way to say it sucks.
Right.
It's not good. It doesn't do what I want it to.
Right. And then they had a demonstration where of course. I'm pretty sure it's been done to death, been talked about to death, but the whole like bottom of the avatar's foot, where it's like who was doing that demonstration? Do you know who?
That's the guy I was talking about earlier.
Yeah,
the guy who was behind.
Kudo Sonoda. That's the name of the guy, right?
Yeah.
He. There's a video of him demonstrating this, what you can do with the avatar. This is probably one of the earliest demonstrations.
Yeah, it was actually before they unveiled it as Kinect. It was still Natal at that time.
Yeah, it was still Natal at the time. And he wasn't doing anything. He was just talking into the mic. And you can see the actual avatar on the screen projected onto the, it's projected onto the screen behind him. And it was just doing these weird ass, like, exorcist, convulsions.
Yeah, I mean, his joints were like hyperextending. I mean, at some points it looked like he was floating. I mean, it was
just doing like I don't know, just these crazy thriller dance moves or something.
Yeah, and
then whenever he actually like, okay, let me put it to use. He actually, hey everybody, have you ever seen the bottom of the avatar's foot? Oh, whoa, bam! And then it just actually the knee of the avatar was bent backwards.
Yeah, it's hyperextended.
Like a chicken leg or something.
Yeah.
And then you just you don't even get to see like
the bottom of the shoe.
Yeah.
I mean, you do barely get to.
Yeah.
But okay, like they can't even do that right. The simple concept. It's like, isn't that what this whole thing is about? Isn't it about like skeletal, structural,
right.
like tracking and stuff? Okay,
The thing
they can't even do it with the freaking avatars.
The thing is, okay, yeah, that might have been excusable at the time since it was like a year before the official unveiling.
Right.
But like if you look at this footage from Macy's,
yeah, that's when the
right.
product was complete and they were like shipping out.
yeah,
That the product like press release.
Okay, so that is actually the product, and they're not even working on it anymore.
well, they're working on software upgrades, but not anything to do with hardware.
Yeah, I mean the hardware is set in stone. I mean there's nothing they can really do about things like the lag and like the the buffer rate that the camera detects.
Right.
It's all just.
Wow.
I mean, dude, like, it's way too early to even be attempting something like this. Way too early. I mean,
even
just the fact that they're presenting this as like a virtual reality experience for $150. That in itself should be enough to like alert people. Be like, Okay, kind of skeptical about this. I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
virtual reality finally, but it's this cheap. Okay, obviously it's gonna be some Fisher Price quality shit, dude.
Yeah. And actually, I just remembered about this. What was the Peter Molyneux? He introduced like
Milo?
this Milo. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That basically this pretty much already confirmed without a shadow of a doubt hoax.
Yeah, it is. If it wasn't, then they wouldn't have. Well, yeah, just go on.
Yeah. It's just a video. It's just pretty much just a video of like this woman.
It's so ridiculous because it was a presentation within a presentation.
Yeah,
Like it was
or
it was-
demonstration within a demonstration. You know.
Oh, they actually showed this to the
No, this was at E3.
at the press conference.
Yeah, last
Wow.
year. Not this year. It was last year. They showed it, and they were demonstrating a demonstration. I mean, if it worked,
Yeah.
then they would have demonstrated it on stage.
Of course.
But they have a TV on stage, demonstrating a demonstration. Okay.
Already
okay?
starting out
Yeah.
kind of suspicious already.
Yeah, just that in itself is like a real. I mean, like whenever Hideo Kojima, demonstrates his games on screen, he goes into technical details. He's like showing the lighting techniques and everything in real time, pausing the game, showing all the
Yeah, even changing the lightings and making it revolve around
the character models.
character models.
Yeah, and in this case, we have this guy showing his game, and he's showing a demonstration of a demonstration. That right there in itself should prove.
Yeah,
Like that right there is proof that it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Completely. Like
At
if it
least-
wasn't, then they would have
At the
demonstrated
very
it.
least, you shouldn't really take what they're showing you very seriously. They're
Yeah.
not going to at least demonstrate it to you in real time on the stage. But anyway,
Yeah, but
Because it
people
won't work just like every other Kinect game.
people might say that, oh, it's because it's so early in development. Well, bitch, fucking fucking Metal Gear Solid 4, literally the first fucking time they showed it, which was like 3 years before the actual game came out,
Right.
they were already showing the real-time engine, proving that it was real-time.
right.
I mean, this is when like people were skeptical as fuck about PS3 tech demos being like pre-rendered. And he was like out there on the floor proving that this shit was real time.
Right.
And here's this guy. We're talking like this late in the generation showing a demonstration of a demonstration. Okay.
Yeah, you can't do things like that anymore.
But actually, let's go into what this product actually is.
Right. It basically shows a woman going up to the screen and talking to basically a really state of the art beyond just an AI that was that's apparently human like very human like. You ask him questions, you talk to him.
You can even hand them things.
Yeah, they're basically telling you that they've actually created a human mind.
Yeah, like it's not even AI. It's a straight up human.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can interact with him like he's a real person.
Yeah, like even talk with him. It's like, now did you do your homework? Yeah. And I think Peter Molyneux actually explains that. Oh, you see the doubt in his voice where he kind of shows like he's lying and just going to that advanced intricate like psychological level of just his intelligence.
Yeah.
And awareness. And it's like, well, now Milo, did you really do it? And he's like, well, I guess I didn't. And
Okay, so what if you tell him something else like, bitch, you better tell me right now if you did your homework or not. He's not gonna be like, bitch, what the fuck, man? You better not raise your voice at me, dog. He's gonna be. It's just preset. Everything is preset.
Everything is scripted.
Yeah, just voice commands.
Yeah.
And plus,
even the reviews said that.
that's what I was about to bring up. Is that the press it was shown behind closed doors at E3, to the press and the press were just saying that you couldn't do much more with it than what was shown at the trailer because you couldn't really go too far beyond what was already scripted. So I mean, obviously this is like not anything to take really that serious at all.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, just think about it if you actually told him something like that, though, you know? Like, about his homework.
Yeah.
I mean, just say if you're like, you know, man, if you didn't do your fucking homework, I'm gonna fucking shoot you in the nuts.
I like how you just pretend like you're actually holding a gun.
No, but seriously, if you didn't do your homework, I'm gonna fucking shoot you.
It can detect your
It
emotions.
detects you're holding the rifle.
So he'll actually feel the threat.
Yeah, no, seriously. Do you actually think that this fucking stupid ass white kid in the screen is gonna like begin to run in fear? Because if you say that, if you threaten to shoot him in the nuts, do you think he's gonna run? No.
Probably
It's probably not even going to register.
What would happen if you were to hand him a pornographic magazine?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Another thing, it shows her like handing him like a picture or something.
Yeah, it was a picture. It was a basic drawing, really basic, and of course he knew what it was in the demonstration, but that was because it was scripted. But I'm pretty sure if you were to hand him something that would be like, you know...
Inappropriate.
Yeah, inappropriate or anything, really. I mean, if you were to hand him a pack of cigarettes, he wouldn't know what the hell that is.
Unless Camel signed on as, you know, as a sponsor or something, you know. If Camel's a sponsor, then...
Scanned all these different cigarette brands.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, I don't know about Marlboro. You should go with Camel next time. No, but seriously, I think just what we said here goes to prove that it's pretty limited, even though it's basically the exact opposite of what they're advertising it to be.
Right.
They're advertising it to be like, oh, he understands everything you say to him.
That's what they're advertising. Yes.
Yeah,
like
that's what they're talking. They're up talking so much. That's what they're saying.
They're even saying that like only science fiction has written about, you know, these type of concepts. You know,
well,
and then now it's a reality. Okay, so if you're boasting that, then you better have like something to back it up with, and besides a demonstration within a demonstration.
Yeah, you know what?
It makes you lose all your credibility.
In a sense, it's no better than those voice answering machines.
Oh,
you know,
right.
I mean, those are intelligent. You know, artificial intelligence. I mean, they can like
just register your voice and okay.
They know what you're saying. They can direct your calls, but
yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. They're just like
it's that same kind of technology. Yeah,
they're just relaying like voice commands and like, you know. I don't know. It's the same fucking concept, but just a little more intricate. Yeah. You know?
Very, very bad move on Microsoft's part to...
Especially Peter Molyneux, because he actually has a good track record.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
For him to come out and fucking push something like this, nah.
That's very bad move, because even if if it's something that's in the works, I guess, I mean, now is definitely not the time to, you know, unveil this type of ambition.
Yeah, no, dude, it's way too early. I mean, was this guy like literally expecting this to be like HAL 9000 or something, or what?
I don't know.
I mean, way too far off. No, like the artificial intelligence just straight up isn't there. We're way too whatever. I'm going into.
Yeah, we're going into.
But anyways, let's move off Milo for a bit. Let's talk about Actually, did we finish talking about, like, Call of Duty and shit? Alright.
Call of Duty.
So, going back to more hardcore games and how they will not work with Kinect, I mean, let's go back to Call of Duty. We didn't really finish up what we were talking about there.
Okay.
I mean, we can kind of go on all day really about like how how it won't work. I mean, okay, something as simple as a grenade throw. Okay, you have to think about this. Okay, you're gonna do the motion of a grenade throw, right?
Right.
And on screen it's gonna be doing the same motion, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to like register that as a grenade throw.
Right.
In respect to like pushing just a simple button,
Right.
Like if you push a button, there's no question. Oh, he did the input command for a grenade throw.
Right.
Okay. But with this, it has to like register the motion that you did in real time as you're doing it. Like actually even before you do it.
Yeah.
Like, if you're already doing it, it's already too late.
You would have to know the direction that you threw the grenade, how far you threw it, when you let go of the grenade.
Judging by the force
how
that you
soon,
went through,
like after you've pulled the trigger or pulled the pin, like how long after you've done that. I mean, it's just going to be a nightmare for developers, and I don't think the developers are going to have the patience to develop, hardcore games in this thing because of like how many, the limitations that they're going to have.
Yeah.
For different types of gestures. You know?
I mean, and this is putting aside the fact that it can't even read your individual fingers.
Right.
Like, how the fuck is it even going to process all this information? Like it would take like probably like 100 times more computing power to process all that information than it would just by simply pushing a button.
Using like a little arc animation, like okay, this is where it's gonna land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
I'd rather just have my controller.
Yeah, at that point, what the fuck? Why not? Okay, and then let's put the situation into another. Let's go into another situation. Somebody's shooting you from behind. What are you gonna do? Or fuck, somebody even shooting you from the side. What are you gonna do?
I guess
you're gonna turn to the side and start shooting over there. Wait, you can't see what you're doing anymore because the TV's on the other side.
You have to do a special movement to turn to your left side or something.
Oh yeah, so you have to, and then it'll do a 90-degree turn.
Yeah.
That's fucking gay. That's not how it would work in real life. You don't do that in real life. Oh shit, somebody just shot me in the arm. Let me, and then fucking shoot him. No.
Yeah.
Or how about somebody shooting you from behind? What are you gonna fucking do? Turn around and fucking start shooting your grandma on the couch or what? I mean, man. Okay, what about crouching? What are you gonna do if you like? How the hell are you gonna fake? I can understand like faking like a run animation,
right.
But what are you gonna do about crawling, dude?
Yeah, crawling.
You're gonna be like,
or even crouching, and
just lay on the floor and just kind of like raise your arms like simultaneously or alternately, like lifting it off the ground, like.
Yeah, but then at the same time it kind of goes back to where it's not going to be able to register that as a crawl. It's going to be like, oh, he's just moving his arm, so let's just display that on the character model on screen.
Right.
You know?